What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're gonna be finishing the peak trading February strategy of the month. So this one right here. So this is part 2. In part 1, we coded it, and that's where we left it. So after I coded it, I realized it has some issues, right? So let's open it up and fix the issues. So here it is. Actually, I'm going to open it in here. I'm going to go to strategies, and there we have it. All right. So I haven't changed anything since the last video, but once I ran it, which what I do is I go to here. If you just go to connections, kinetic free end of day, and then on this chart we'll select, yeah, we can do the ES, remove that. We want 240-minute candles, the last 200 days. Apply. And that's definitely not 200 days. Let's do 500 days. Break at end of day. Okay. So, okay, yeah, that looks about right. So then when we loaded the strategy, right, we add it, we enable it, apply, it's immediately turning off. And here in our control center, we can see the issue. Error calling on bar update. You're accessing an index with a value that is invalid since it is out of range. So basically what's happening is we're trying to access data from a candle 50 candles back, but we only have data for the last 20 candles. Is basically what it's saying. So I believe that is coming from our look back candles, because our look back candles is 50, but our bars required to trade is only 20. So in theory, we should be able to change this. Boom. Now it works. So since that's the only thing we changed, we know it has something to do with the look back candle. So let's just make sure if current bar is less than look back candles, then we also return. I'll get back to the video in a second, but first I wanted to let you know about our coding program. We help you design and build your trading strategy to be fully automated. This helps you save time from looking at the charts, remove emotion from your trading, and we integrate our in-house software to improve your trading results. If this sounds interesting, fill out a form today to schedule a call. So let's compile that. Then we'll go to strategies. Strategy here, disable, switch to 50, re-enable, and boom, now we are working. except that we did not take any trades. It also looks like the April, March, April, May, June, July, September. Why is it missing months? October, November, December. Yeah, no idea what's going on there. So if you're having this issue too, let's try and fix it real quick. We're gonna go here, tools, historical data, download, ES, minutes. Let's do beginning of 2024 until today. Yes. Did that work? Let's change this. January, February, March, April, May. No, we're still missing a lot of data. Yes, should be. What are we missing? June, July. Why does it go January, February, March? Where's April, May? December, January, February, March. This is June. Yeah, something here's messed up. All right, well, we'll just use the data we have, but we are not getting any trades. Now, let's see why that is. All right, so one thing I like to do when debugging is just adding these prints. So here I can see we're getting 5, so we're running through all of our code, but we don't know if we're actually running through here. So I'm gonna do print 3, and here we're gonna do print 4. And here, if we get through here, we'll do print 4.1, print 3.1, delete print 4. All right, so let's compile that. Not sure why that's happening, but yeah, change those. Yeah, because the others are numbers. This is... All right, now let's try this. We will disable, enable again. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. So we're getting Actually, I don't know. Let's run that again. Disable, enable. So we're getting 4s, 3s, but never the 0.1s. So something here is wrong and something here is wrong. So if high 0 is greater than the highest high, okay. So basically what this is doing is we're making sure that the high, the current high, is the highest of the last 50 candles. So there's a better way to do that. Basically, we'll just comment this line out, and we're going to do it a better way. We're going to do if the highest bar based on highs of the last look back candles, which is 50, if this equals 0, then that means the current high is the highest of the last 50. So it essentially means the same thing, but I believe we shouldn't have the error anymore, because what's happening here is I believe they're being the same. It's either lower or the same. Because if you take the high of the last 50 candles and say it's 100, and the current high is 100 also, then they're going to be equal. So we could do that, but then we're equaling prices, and this is equaling the index, which is just going to be cleaner. So then we'll do the same thing here. If lowest bar, look back candles, equals 0, and close 0 is greater than close 1, this should be low. Now let's compile and try again. All right. Go here, clear. Nope, that doesn't work. Strategies. Disable. Enable. Okay, and boom. Yep, that was the issue. Now we have trades. So we can remove those prints when we're done. But now we are trading. So yeah. So we sell. We buy. We buy. We sell. Buy, sell. So let's check the performance. So lost money, which, you know, on a random chart is expected. But now that we have it, let's backtest it. So unfortunately, I was looking through NinjaTrader and I do not have feeder cattle data. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to open a strategy analyzer. So this is going to let us search through different settings and see if any of them look good. All right, so we're going to do optimization on our peak default look back candles. Let's do let's do 50. No, let's do 25 to 75 counting by 25. So this is going to test 25, 50, and 75. Instrument. I wanted to do to select multiple, but not all of them. We'll just do it one by one for now. So we'll do the ES for now. And value. Huh. It used to be a way to optimize on the time frames as well, but I'm not seeing that. Okay, but it's just 720 recommended bar. Now we'll start 2024. Let's just start 2020 through beginning of 2025. And we want, yeah, we can just do this. Optimize data series, there it is. We want 240 and 720. Subtract that, that's 480, right? 6, yeah. So that'll check the 4 hour and the daily chart. Is 720 the daily chart? Yeah, so let's run that. That's only 6 iterations, but let's see. All right, there we go. So the strategy actually looks decent. 5 out of the 6 made money. So this one lost long, but on short trades did pretty well. Had a high drawdown though. So looks like it's making money off of a couple wins, a couple large wins. But I am noticing we're only exiting on session close. So that is incorrect. So something is not correct here. Okay, yes. In NinjaTrader backtests, just the way it is, you cannot backtest based on profit or loss. So unfortunately for this strategy, that kind of defeats the entire exit strategy. Right? These are all just exiting on exit close. So yeah, kind of defeats the purpose. However, since we still made money on some of them, I would like to try some more iterations. So 60 to 600 by 60s. Let's run that. So now we're going to be testing 100 iterations, and while we're doing that, I'm going to remove all the print statements. All right, there we go. And so here we got a decent amount that made money. So max profit, this one has a 2 to 1. This one also has a 2 to 1. Not bad. Made money on longs and shorts. So yeah, this could be a, you know, decently profitable strategy for you. And looks like on average, yeah, you're making money. So yeah, this definitely could be a good strategy. Right? So now let's take this one. We'll open it by itself, just with those settings. And now let's test on 2025 until now and see what the results are. So you actually did incredibly well. Somehow you would not have lost a short trade the entire year and a half. But actually, I believe that is because we're missing a lot of data. And you had huge sells here. But yeah, I mean, that looks incredible. So yeah, this is definitely a good strategy. Even though it's not even on the instrument that Peak Trading recommended, but it still makes money. Still multiple different tests make money, and choosing ES was completely random. So right, let's see if it carries for NQ. That needs to be updated. Let's go here. Rollover. And update. Okay, so hopefully that should help our back tests. Go back to here, change this to NQ. Yep, now we're at 326, and we'll run the exact same back test. Give it a second to start up. And there we go. And again, NQ looks much, much better. Right? We have it's a 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 6. This one's a 1 to 6, 1 to 4. These look good. Looks good here. Yeah, and just like that is a profitable strategy. So let's do 250, 250. And this looks like, yeah, they all good chance of making money. So I'd open this if you want to try this one. NQ 60 look backs. The 5, 40-minute chart. So that's the 9-hour chart. Let's test up until today. And would have taken one trade with one win. And I'm definitely missing a lot of data. Not sure why. But yeah, there you go. So if you're looking for a strategy idea to work with, here's one for you that, I mean, if Peak Trading says it's good, and just from testing these completely random tests, and most of them seem to be doing well, then yeah, I'd say definitely some value in this strategy and something that you could add to your portfolio. So if you found this video helpful, or if you have any questions, let me know. Check out the Discord. If you want the code, it's all right here. So reminder, all we did is changing these lines, 1, 2, and adding this. Now in reality, if you run this live, you're gonna actually want to remove this, our exits, because in our back tests, right, we're not using these for exiting. So that's another thing you could work on with this strategy, is coming up with an exit strategy, because currently every trade, right, if we do, let's do 2010, see how much data I have. As you can see, every position is exiting on session close. This looks like I do have some 2010 data. Overall, 1 to 3. So yeah, it looks good. Analysis, let's do net profit yearly. So 2022 was an amazing year, but you know, other years it did make money still. 1 year and 1 month made the majority of its profit. So maybe that's not something great to see, but actually just a couple trades. But yeah, still made money. Still looks good. You know? And yeah, that's it. Here's the code for you. And if you have any questions or any ideas, let me know and I'd be happy to try it. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully, I'll try and find strategies from now on that we can get the actual data for and completely replicate from Peak Trading, because obviously feeder cattle just didn't have access to it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.